What's up, YouTube? My name is Nick with Things Money, and my channel is dedicated to all things money, both business and personal. It's probably going to take more towards the business side, but if topics of personal come up, I'm open to those too. Brief history about me. I've been in finance for about 8 years, but I also have a side business, which is a trucking company. I started with my brother 3 years ago. I'm hoping to have another video more about that later. But the reason why I'm making this video today is to give you the pros and cons of the Capital One Spark business card. This guy right here. The second credit card that we got after forming our business. The first credit card we had was through a small local community credit union that gave us our truck loan. It worked fine, had a very small limit. I think it was $2,500, and we had to back that with cash. So it was basically a cash secured credit card. Worked for us for first few months, and then we realized we're going to need more. Being in a trucking business, there's a lot of unexpected expenses that come up, breakdowns, tires, what have you. So we applied for the Spark business card. So the pros and cons that I find, I really enjoy the card. Works great, has a great interface, links right with QuickBooks, which I can do a tutorial or a summary of that on another video. Links with QuickBooks, brings in all your data. I have 3 drivers, so every one of those drivers, their cards bring in the transactions. So I know what they spend, when they spend it. I get an alert on my watch, on my phone. It's a great way of tracking it. Pros are, it's easy. Stated income on the Capital One website, use your social security number. It's personally guaranteed. You $300 cash back if you spend $4,500 in the first month. First 3 months maybe, 1.5% cash back on all purchases with the card. That can be deposited directly back onto your statement credit, or you can put it into a checking account, savings account. So those are the benefits. Another benefit is they give you 9 months of basically no payments from the time you open the card until that 9th month. Everything you charge on there, no interest, it's waived, 0%, is great. No annual fee. So on the Spark business card, which is the 1.5% cash back, they give you no annual fee. There's an upgrade you can get, and I forget the name of it. I'll link the Capital One website below that lists them all out. But the one that gives you 2%, I believe, is a $95 a year annual charge, which isn't that bad considering you get an extra 0.5% cash back, but you have to weigh that in on your spend. Capital One will give you a pretty good limit based on your revenues. I don't know exactly what the calculations are, but I want to say our gross revenues for one truck was basically approved at $15,000. $500 when you spend $4,500 in the first 3 months. That's the pros. Good interface, cash back, no annual fee, statement credit, and the $500 back. So those are all the pros. The cons, there's not too many, but they are pretty major, which is a reason why we ended up going with another card, which will be on another video. We actually went with the Chase Ink card, was our third large credit card. The downside, the largest downside with Capital One, it's easy, it's quick, but it reports to your personal credit report all the time, outstanding balance and everything. And the reason why that's a big deal is because I had got the card, and after about 2 months or 3 months, I checked my credit report and my score kept dropping. And I couldn't figure out what it was for. I mean, normally I pay everything else, and I haven't been buying a lot of things. But I went on I use mint.com to track everything, and I went on there and it said high revolving balance to, high outstanding balance to revolving, something like that. Basically, it meant I had too much on a credit card and with the balance. And what had happened is, because it's my business card, it fluctuates. Throughout the month, it could go up to $9,000. It could drop down to 0. It just goes like that. And what was happening is that every time it reported to the credit reporting agency, is at $9,000, $10,000, $12,000 of a $15,000 limit. And that right there is a red flag, and it says that, hey, you're using way too much of your available credit. And it was bringing the score down. Prior to that, I had no idea it even reported because I didn't really pay attention to it that much. So that's the #1 downside for me for the card. Other than that, It's a good card when you start out. Again, you're going to get a higher limit than you would at a local bank or a credit union or something like that. All these cards, Capital One, Chase, American Express, they all work on the risk and reward. That's why the interest rate is so much higher, which I'll get into on my second point. Interest rate on a Capital One card states on their disclosures underneath all the fine print that the rate can go with your credit from 14.49% to 22.49%. That's huge. I think on our bank credit card, it was right around 10%, give or take, and that was prior to interest rates dropping. So definitely higher interest rate. But again, they are taking more risk by giving more of these cards away and higher limits and things like that, so they want paid for that. They want the reward for that risk. Put that in perspective. If you had a $10,000 card, at the end of the 9 months that you get interest free, if you have a $10,000 balance, the interest you're going to pay on that $10,000 is going to cost you between $1,400 and $2,200 a year. So basically $100 to $200 a month just in interest. That's a lot of interest to pay. And that's just on a $10,000 balance. If you have a higher sales, things like that, it's going to be more. And the biggest cons are personal credit reporting. I have to say that is my biggest one, and the reason why I ended up going to my next card, which I'll talk about in another video. I'm going to do this as kind of a three-part series. This is Capital One. I had a second bank card in between that was a lower limit. I think it's $7,500 or something like that. And then the Capital One, and then my final that we went to the Chase Inc. One we're currently using. We still, being a trucking company, small company, we juggle debt on credit cards. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I want to be as truthful and honest as possible. My goal in this channel to, 1, help as many people as I can. 2, get the information out there, because it's so easy to click on one of these offers, get the credit card and say, oh yeah, it's wonderful. And then you're hit with a 22% interest rate at the end of the year or term or whatever. It's really hard to climb out when you're in debt with that high of an interest rate. So that's the goals of my channel. I want to provide information. I want to help people. This channel is going to focus on all things finance, mostly towards business. Again, small business owner, small trucking company owner, been in it for about 3 years now with my brother, so I'm still learning a lot of things. I watch tons of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of guys that are doing the same thing. I'm just hoping that maybe I can reach another audience or somebody else out there that may get missed with everyone else. Any kind of comments and suggestions, leave them below. If you have questions, if I can answer them, I'll be more than happy to, or at least I'll try and find the answer. And thanks for watching my video. If you got any value out of this video whatsoever, I would appreciate a like. Any other topics you'd like to learn. I've been in business banking 6 years, going on 7 years. So I've helped tons of small businesses start, grow, you name it. I've gone through the own process myself, which I'll talk about in other videos. I'm all about information and sharing as much information as possible to help as many people as possible. My name's Nick. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and have a great day.